The major problem which is there, the people do not know how to use extinguishers, do not know how to react. So the most important thing is one should not panic in such a situation. We use lasers in OTs, we use other machines, we use X-rays, which may lead to overheating and also can lead to faulty wires.
How do you see things changing with the advent of AI?
Today in such a situation there are a lot of options. There are stainless steel fire extinguishers which do not conduct magnetic and can be used in MRIs also. So they should know about them and they should get them installed. Hospitals are very high risk of fire because of the oxygen availability.
Hi, welcome to yet another episode of Fire Safety with Alpha, where we talk about preventive measures for fire and how to control fire when it happens and what are the steps you need to take when the fire happens for your own safety and for the safety of your loved ones. Today episode we will focus on the safety in hospitals. And with me is our expert, our fire safety expert from a very technical and AI driven company, Alpha Fire, the CEO of that company, Mr. Nipun. Welcome, Nipun.
Thank you, Sandeep. I'm happy to be here.
Looking forward. Thank you so much. So, I'll come straight away to the questions about hospitals. What do you think should be the preventive measures taken by the hospital for amazing safety for the staff and more importantly for the patients?
So, talking about hospitals, Sandeep, the use of fire resistant materials during the construction phase itself is very important. We use fire rated wires throughout the hospital's construction. The use of fire resistant materials during the construction of OT, construction of other important areas of hospital is very important. And otherwise, the basic checklist of fire safety in hospitals is also very stringent, as there are a lot of mobility issues of patients while we talk about hospitals. So, fire safety is very critical. We use fire doors, a large number of fire extinguishers, a good amount of fire sprinklers, smoke detectors, all as per norms are to be placed and well maintained.
And as per your experience, do you think that the Indian hospitals are equipped with this very special, fire safety measures?
There is a huge gap in the current fire safety standards. If you see our nearby hospitals, the environment which they are operating is really bad. And the major problem which is there, the people do not know how to use extinguishers, do not know how to react. So they start panicking, which is all very unfavorable for the situation.
So you want to say that even they have systems, there are fire extinguisher, there are sprinklers, there are other means of fire safety things, but still, since they are not trained, it's very difficult for them to take care of that when fire happens.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's definitely a concern. And how about the medical equipments? We have, the OTs and very special medical equipments, which are very, very expensive as well and very critical to the hospitals. Do you have the special measures for them?
Definitely. While we talk about hospitals, there are very stringent norms, as they have a lot of oxygen rich environment. There are a lot of oxygen gas cylinders there for the patients, and also the medical equipments are highly technical and expensive. So the use of fire suppression system for individually machines and for lasers, they are available in the market, and many good hospitals are using them.
Awesome. Good to know that. And I'm sure the equipment is so expensive they need to really take care of that. Okay, now it comes to the patients and the visitors. And if in case some fire alarm breaks out, what do you suggest the visitors should do and what do you suggest the patients should do? Because patients sometimes might not be mobile.
Correct. So the most important thing is one should not panic in such a situation.
Okay.
As there are loved ones, the people get very panicked. They think how we will they escape. When we talk about hospitals, there are people who are trained for such situations. One should not panic. If you are with someone who has mobility issue or is in very critical health condition and cannot be cannot escape himself, you should just inform the staff there, and they know how to help that patient in such a situation. They are very well equipped for that situation.
So my question to you would be, I mean, connected to this as well, like how does hospitals train their staff for such situations? For something like a fire happens in the hospital, how do they train their staff and doctors and everyone?
So, coming to this question, most important is a mixture of both. In this situation, we have to have fire audits and fire trainings comprehensively working together. So, when we talk about fire audits, we get to know where there is the gap, where they are lacking, where is there issues of overheating in the machines. As we talk, they are very complicated machines. We use lasers in OTs, we use other machines, we use x-rays, which may lead to overheating and also can lead to faulty wires as they use a lot of electricity consumption. So a regular fire audit combined with fire safety trainings and fire mock drills is what is required to handle such situations, and staff should be prepared for such situations.
I think absolutely agree with you that everyone involved in a hospital should be trained for such fire, and of course they have to really act as mobilizer, because you can't keep training the visitors
Correct.
or even the patients. Well, great. I also want to ask you that if there's any special kind of fire hazard which is there in hospital, which is not there in other places, for which I think a normal person like us should be aware of.
Yes, as we have talked earlier, also hospitals are very high risk of fire because of the oxygen availability. As we all know that oxygen is the main cause of spreading of fire. So, and hospitals have oxygen banks, oxygen cylinders with patients. So the risk of fire increases 10x. It is a lot of fire risk, which because the spread of fire is will be very quick,
Can be really fast.
really fast. So that is why the risk of fire and the hazard is very special to hospitals, and hospitals should use the latest technologies. They should be well aware of the technology, well aware of their equipments, and most importantly the equipments and technology used should be regularly inspected and should be very very well maintained.
So not only they should buy the latest equipment, but also make sure that they are maintained well,
Correct.
so that they actually work when it's required to work.
Correct. Today in such a situation, there are a lot of options. There are stainless steel fire extinguishers which do not conduct magnetic and can be used in MRIs also.
Okay.
So they should know about them and they should get them installed.
So essentially, experts should come and do their job and make
Correct.
sure that every part of hospital is safe.
Correct.
Okay, now speaking of technology, you said, and technical thing, how do you see things changing with the advent of AI and also the new technologies coming up in the fire safety industry, specifically for the hospitals?
So yes, Sandeep, when we talk about hospitals, there are very new technological advancement in the field of simulation, where we talk about using of virtual reality, and we make the staff well aware about the situation using AI, using these technologies, where we keep them in such a situation and they get to know the impact of the fire while they are using the virtual reality, the virtual augmentation, and they get to know, and they also use such technologies to extinguish fire. So this is all driven through virtual reality, but the feel is very real.
So I think that great things are happening around in AI.
Correct.
And I must say that they are definitely very exciting. So these are great times for the technology to come and help you in terms of fire safety. But as we all know, that hospitals are a place where we go when we are not well, where a visitor go to take care of their patients. But if something like fire happens, you all need to be ready, especially the owners of hospitals and the admin staff of hospitals. I would strongly recommend, as our expert Nipun said, that make sure not only you actually invest in the right product, right technologies, but also invest in training people how to utilize them when the need arises, and also make sure that they are maintained on a regular basis. This is Sandeep Kaushik signing off, your host for Fire Safety with Alpha. And we're going to come back with another episode where we talk about something more exciting and some other places where we can have safety from fire. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.